Victor. I'm here with a new Ask Victor video. This is the video that comes normally in the middle of the month. This time will come the day, the 15th of July. I answer the questions that are placed in the comments of the video of the previous month. So I'm going to ask now the questions that are in the comments of the video of June. You can leave the comments right now, you can leave the comments later, but be aware that I will answer more or less the questions between the 13, 14, 15, depending on the year. But of the 13, I may be doing the video depending on what I'm doing and what are the other videos and the schedule of the month. Next month most likely will come maybe about the 15th as well, or maybe it comes on the road when I'm traveling. So yeah, let's go to first. Before going to that, I want to talk about last Saturday. I talked about the problems and the difficulties to get the Indomitus box, and I'm glad to see that Games Workshop did a correction and have made the made to order, so everybody can have access to the box if they need it. I think it's the right thing to do. I think it's a good reaction from Games Workshop. So although I criticize how the launch was done, I have to say that they did a good reaction, right? They did what has to be done, and they are now giving the opportunity to more people to have the box. So I'm glad they have done that. Although I have my box and I will not do another made to order, so with one box I have more than enough. I'm glad to see that other people will have the opportunity to have access to the box and they will be able to purchase this box. So good thing for them. And yeah, let's see. The only watch out is that be aware that this box can you may need to wait up to 120 days, right? 120 days is 4 months. So if this is the end of July, we go to end of November. Sorry, we go to end of November. So yeah, but good news to see that Games Workshop have react in the right direction. So let's go now to the questions. So the first one is from Scarlock the Wanderer. There are some rumors of a new edition of Warhammer Quest in the realms of Age of Sigmar may be released by the end of the year. Do you consider that the two previous releases, Silver Tower and Shadows over Hammerhall, yes, were successful releases in comparison to Blackstone Forte's success? Do you agree that this latest success resulting from release of multiple expansion kits? Okay, I say Silver Tower was quite successful, but they have not released good expansions. I think they were, and the rules weren't that bad. Okay, they were improving, but I think the problem is they did not support the game after launching it. And at the end, I think the second part of instead of making expansions for Silver Tower, they decided to release the Shadows over Hammerhall, that at the end was more or less the same system, but instead of playing alone, they make, I think on the Shadows over Hammerhall, I think they make a mistake, that is that they eliminate the one player game. Okay, it's not set up for one player game, and I think this is a mistake, because these games, the scrolling games, always Warhammer Quest was nice to have the opportunity to play alone, to play without a master, right? To give this opportunity, or to play against the artificial intelligence. So I think Silver Tower, it did not work smooth, all the rules, and then they went to the way to correct it was the Hammerhall. I think they were a little bit of experience. Hammerhall for me was less successful than Silver Tower. I have the feeling Silver Tower was much more successful. As well, in Silver Tower, all the miniatures were unique, and on the 4 Hammerhall, the miniatures weren't all repack. So this was making the case less appealing for the people that is collecting miniatures. All the miniatures were repacked from other kits. So this is why I would say they were not as successful as the Blackstone Fortress. Blackstone Fortress, what they have done nicely is that after the starter kit they have been launching expansions. The expansions are very interesting because they are adding new rules, new missions, not just new missions, they are also adding new rules, new things to take into account. They are making the artificial intelligence harder and harder. It's like if you have a video game and each level is more difficult than the previous one. So this is what they have done with the expansions, and I think this is a good thing. This is what makes the Blackstone Fortress more popular. The other thing that makes Blackstone Fortress very popular is it is set up in the Warhammer 40,000, that there are more followers, and the miniatures were unique. I think this was important learning from Games Workshop. All the expansions with unique miniatures were selling well. When they did the expansion where they put the miniatures from the Conquest, the one with the Death Guard and the Pox Walkers, this was not as successful as the previous ones, and I think this was what made Blackstone Fortress start losing interest. On top, I think there is a moment that you have to finalize the history, and it's a good moment then maybe to release a second edition, a second adventure, a new kit. So it's good to have a round up a game and then you can go to the next one. So I would say the most successful is Blackstone Fortress. For me, I think the second one was Silver Tower. Silver Tower lacked support. They should have released maybe a book correcting what was not working nicely on Silver Tower, and they did not release other expansions, and I think this was a mistake. And the Hammerhall was just a one launch game, and I guess they sell, I don't know if they have sold all the copies, but they have not unique miniatures. I think this has dropped the interest of most of the people that likes to collect. Let's go to Vince Venturella. So now that we have seen the new release, what's your favorite model from each side, the Space Marines and the Necrons of the part of the box set? From the Space Marines, I like a lot the guy with the shield, the shield with the skeleton. From the Necrons, I have not paid too much attention. Just let me look on the Indomitus box one moment. Okay, from the Necrons, I will say that the character Reanimator, I like it a lot, and I like a lot the weird Plasmancer. Okay, the Necron. I will say the ones. These are I like a lot the non-human shape of the Reanimator. Like it is a weird machine that haven't. I think it's breaking a lot the design that we have to know, and I also like the ethereal look of the Plasmancer. It looks like a little bit very similar to the Nighthound, and I like this aesthetic, like it's floating. I like this too. I will say that yeah, the new destroyers are not bad, but these are too similar to the Ossiarchs, and I think this is a little bit lacking a little bit of originality. But I like more these two. These two guys, and the Overlord looks nice, but I will say I like more. I'm more normally I like more the Space Marines, and I love the medieval mix of the Space Marines with the shield. I think these are my favorite ones. I like a lot the characters, and if I want to choose one, I like the guy wearing a shield or having a shield with a skeleton, not a skull, a full skeleton on it. So this will be, if I have to choose one in the box, this is my hero. This is the guy I will choose. The new, I think it's the new captain. So let's go to the next question. This is from, of course, I recommend everybody that is not following Vince Venturella to follow him. He's a great painter and he's doing great videos. Eric Beer, another great channel, sorry. And yeah, if you do Necrons, you should follow him. Okay. So great answers made. Yeah, Strats seems to me the way forward. No, he will you getting no yeah no. Will you getting the Indomitus set? Yes, I just answered that. Will you build and paint the Necron half? Yes. I'm looking forward to use the Necron half, and they will go in the green monochrome that I paint the Forge Bane Necrons. So I will keep them to play just maybe patrols and small games. I will not buy anything else. I will not buy the Silent and any other thing. I think I will keep my Necron Force small, and I will just do what comes in the box, at least in the short run. Okay. So yeah, I will get Indomitus. I'm planning to do, and maybe I will paint in the. Yeah, I'm wondering if I will paint maybe the Necrons before the Space Marines. The Space Marines, no, I'm hesitating if I keep painting them in the colors where I have the traditional Space Marines, or as I have not painted any of the Primaries Space Marines yet, I'm thinking to do a Primaries exclusive Space Marine chapter and keep one chapter with the small Marines and another one with the tall Marines. But I'm still hesitating because I love the Dark Angels look, and I think the guys with the shield for Black Templars or for Dark Angels, they are great. Yes. Let's go to the next. The next one is a question from Redbeard Boss. I got into Warcry. No, I think there isn't a question here. And I really find killing. It's telling me that he loves Warcry. We go to the next one. Is there anything you're hoping? This is a question from AF. Is there anything you're hoping for in the AOS General Handbook 2020? No, I wasn't. I just. No, I don't have anything special that I want from this book. To be fair, I have not read the book yet. I ordered and will come with Indomitus box, so will come end of the month. I'm not playing too much AOS recently. What I always like, there is always one thing that I like. I like a lot the narrative part of the game. I really want to dig into the Crusade part, because now we are playing a small narrative campaign, and I hope I can play more of this. I always like it, the idea to put experience on units and so on. So I am looking forward to see. This is the thing that maybe is more interest to me. Of course, I expect the review of the points and adjustment of the points, but to be fair, I'm not too much into the competitive recently, so it's not something that is bothering me too much. The only thing is there is a lot of units in Stormcast Eternals that are not performing well, are very low profile compared to the, for example, if you compare the Paladins and the Retributors versus it's called the Evocators. Compare the Retributors and the Evocators. There is no comparison possible, right? So you take Evocators all the time. Why you have the Retributors in your book? So these are the type of things that they need to be reviewed, but I don't think General Handbook will solve that. We need to wait this for a new codex of Stormcast Eternals, but I don't want a new codex right now of Stormcast Eternals either, so I don't know. I think today I'm quite happy how AOS looks like. I was playing tournaments before the COVID. With the COVID now, I slowed down a lot AOS and I focus more on Warhammer 40,000. It's a little bit of cycles, right? Depending on the people I'm meeting and so on. So I play more one game than the other. And to be fair, it's like for the even for the chapter approved that I don't now we have 9th edition, but even for 8th edition, I did not have super high expectations, because once the Sisters of Water were released, I was okay. We have the rules, so I think nothing really special that I wanted from the General Handbook. And then we have, what is your point of view of the statement Warhammer is for everyone, released by Games Workshop a few days ago. So yeah, this is the statement is the statement of any big company will do, right? So today all the companies should be politically correct. To be politically correct, when there was all this mess in US, you want to defend that everybody is the same and everybody wants to have the same. And of course the companies, most of the big companies will make effort to guarantee that everybody have the rights, and we try to avoid the bias we have as a society and so on. So it makes sense. I'm not surprised that the Games Workshop is doing a statement like that. I think most of the big companies and most of the companies will do statements similar to that, because it's the trend and it's the way to, and on top you want to reach as many consumers as possible, right? So you want to do the statements that you want to be inclusive and you want to reach as many people as possible, because at the end for business is the right thing to do. So I have not seen anything that it's bothering me. I'm not surprised, and yeah, I think the other thing is how Games Workshop is really acting. So for me, it's more important how they work or how they behave than these statements. I would say a normal statement from a big company. I think Games Workshop is changing a little bit, is trying to modernize themselves, and yeah, and let's see how they are adding more and more feminine characters, and they are painting more. If you compare Games Workshop of the early 2000 versus the Games Workshop today, you can see the paint job is more just on the skin tones and on the they have much more variety, right? Before they were all Caucasian looking guys, blonde or black hair or brown hair, but they were all Caucasian looking guys. Today they have they have more mix of different etnias and different cultures, and I think they are mixing more here and there, where it's possible, right? Because at the end we are talking about fantasy and science fiction, and yeah, there is races and or factions that we don't know what they are, right? Tyranids, you can say all are women, or you can say all are men, or you can say all are asexual. Because at the end, if you look like the ants or the insects, they are asexual. There is only the queen can procreate and okay. So I think the Tyranids makes no sense. The orcs makes no sense. They can be any. They are also sexual because they reproduce by spores. I don't know why I would say, but on the statement, yeah, it's a normal statement and it's what you want to do. And we know that sometimes there is criticism against Games Workshop that is not sufficiently inclusive. I'm not buying that. I think Games Workshop is a company that is inclusive as any other. The only thing is that the factions are the factions that they have, right? And most of the people just complain that the way there is not a woman Space Marine, and at the end is a company decision what look they want to give to each faction. But I don't think because there is no woman Space Marine is less inclusive, as I don't think that because there is not there is not males in the Sisters of Battle is not inclusive. And that's all for now. So I think this is all the points. These are all the answers to the questions that you have I have from previous as Victor. So yeah, the video is being a little bit long, but I'm glad to answer all these questions. I hope the answers are what you were expecting or not. But please leave in the comments below if you agree or disagree in some of my answers, and if you want this show to continue, leave your questions for the next month. Yeah, if I don't have questions from the audience, I will not be able to do Ask Victor video. So that's all for now. As usual, thanks a lot for watching and see you again later. Bye!